he ran down the line, and the quarterback, Gundy, handed him the ball. Then there was a flag thrown very late on the play, and they marched it back, and we didn't get the explanation. But what was the situation on that play?
Well, as you mentioned, I did talk to an official at halftime. It was an illegal forward handoff. Now, an offensive tackle can carry the ball, but when you hand the ball off to him, he must be behind the quarterback, not in front of him. That's why they called the penalty in the 5 yards. So amazing stat, Brand. West Virginia scored 24 points in the first half, yet had 0 passing yards. Again, the offensive line obviously did a job.
Well, Blanchard to kick it off here for Oklahoma State. Now, in the third quarter, Oklahoma State will have the wind at its back. That has been pivotal in this game so far. Gundy went to town in the first half when he had the wind. Had his turnover problem, marching against it. Now Bell back at the goal line for West Virginia, bringing it out. The Mountaineers up by 10 and battling to hang on.
He has run out of bounds. Number 8.
Well, this is a very important series, I think, for the Oklahoma State defense. The first series of each half is always the most important. I think what they're going to have to do is get a lot more penetration on defense. They're going to have to do that by a lot more stunning and twisting up front.
Brown having a great game back at tailback for the Mountaineers. Bell sprints to the bottom of your screen as the wide man. This is Brown. He's been a load all day. That time he stacked up pretty good. The coaches upstairs wanting to take a look at the defensive adjustments used by the Cowboys here in this sequence, especially against Brown. On the right side of his offensive line has played smash football today.
None of those passes obviously completed by West Virginia, but when you're running the ball as well as they are with that offensive line, there's no need to pass.
And the quarterback again, Major Harris, the freshman from Pittsburgh, very dangerous also as a runner. Coming down the line on the option, and he could not get away from Dillard. The free safety, number 47, has played himself a fine game for the Cowboys.
Well, the first 2 plays, West Virginia has come out and tried to run the ball outside like they did in the first quarter with little success. The success they've had is when they run the ball from tackle to tackle.
So the assistant coaches during halftime making adjustments to try and force Brown back inside. A little bit better containment. Rolling on third down, throws incomplete. That was Dillard again there with the coverage. And Wynn, the tight end, number 81, the intended receiver. So it's 3 and out, and Oklahoma State with a chance now, and that strong wind at their back. Low punt into the wind. Caught by Sanders. He's the whiz. Out of bounds near the 45-yard line. A 12-yard return for Sanders after a 43-yard punt.
Yeah, boy, Oklahoma State started well in the first half, but boy, the last few series was really where all their problems were. But again, those were against the wind.
Yeah, the only 2 with the wind have resulted in touchdowns. Let's not forget the importance of the wind in this game. West Virginia will have it at their back for the fourth quarter. As Thurman Thomas on a cutback breaks free to the 36-yard line. Waters, the corner, forced to make the stop after a 19-yard run by Thurman Thomas.
He may be one of the most patient runners I've ever seen. Some guys outrun their blockers and wait for things to happen. But watch the right guard's block, Meacham, number 58, who's going to make the block. And Thurman Thomas just watches that block of the guard and cuts right behind him. This play can go all the way outside or it can cut right back over the center. The great eyes of Thomas picked up the block for the big game.
Sophomore quarterback Mike Gundy at the controls for Pat Jones in Oklahoma State. He comes back with Thomas. And riding him down was the nose man, David Grant, out of Belleville, New Jersey. There is a flag down on the play. And it goes against the defense. A face mask violation is the call here early in the third quarter.
Face mask on the defense. 5-yard penalty. Still first down.
These are all WAC or Western Athletic Conference officials. That referee making the announcement was Patrick Sweeney. He works games on this field when the Miners of UTEP play. University of Texas at El Paso. A long time ago known as Texas Western. Well, in Stillwater, Oklahoma, they get wind. So Oklahoma State knows how to use it. And Thomas on the move again with Terry White, the free safety, number 2, coming up to make the stop.
Terry White, number 2. Also.
You know, the halftime show did do one great thing for us. They got that field cleared off. We can see the hash marks.
Yeah, a lot of bodies out there at halftime. Looks like Oklahoma State is their philosophy here on this first series. The second half is to really run the ball, get the ball to Thurman Thomas from tackle to tackle.
Gundy still perfect with the win, 5 of 5 back in the opening quarter. Here's Thomas. Cuts back into the middle to the 15-yard line. And it's going to be close to another first down.
You know what makes Thurman Thomas so difficult to defend is a lot of times he doesn't run where he's supposed to run. If you're a linebacker and you read your keys and you see the left guard, left tackle pull, you think he's going to follow him. But watch him cut right back inside and run away from those guys, and the linebackers that overrun the play.
They'll come out and measure here at the 12:10 mark of the third quarter. That much left for the Cowboys. They would prefer a measurement like that.
Well, Thomas is one of the great cutback runners I have seen this season.
Now it is second and very short. They get a free pop at a touchdown pass here if they want to take it.
Well, this is the area of the field, remember, too. They like the matchup between their tall, wide...
Across the 40-yard line. Gaining almost 4 yards. Napoleon a better outside runner than he is inside. The third tailback, Andra Johnson, is the inside man. And the reason why the coaches like Brown so well is that he can go outside or inside. For the time being, Brown is shaken up and out, and it's Napoleon's job. Here he is working the toss, and he is stuffed there at the 40-yard line. This is going to leave Harris with a 3rd and long and a tough call for West Virginia.
What a difference the halftime talk had made. Watch the Stoner Gillum, number 2, step up, fight off a block, and make the play. He gets some inside help from the middle linebacker, Drain, who's been involved on every tackle.
Great position by Gillum.
Oh, yeah, he fought off that block. That's what a cornerback has to do, is force things inside and fight off the block.
So now the 3rd and 7 for Harris in West Virginia. Under pressure, steps up, avoids another tackler, throws to Bell, who's open. Bell inside the 15. What a great play by Major Harris.
Well, you can see why Don Nealon is so high on Major Harris. This is the first pass completion of the game for Harris. But he shows remarkable composure. He's never rushed here, takes his time. He's going to fake a defender out there with the old pump fake. The defender goes up, and then on the move, leads the receiver Bell beautifully. Nice touch on the move on the throw.
A 45-yard gain. Ball at the 15. 1st and 10 for the Mountaineers. Now, Brown is back. There's a penalty marker down on the play as Anthony Brown returns to the West Virginia lineup.
There's a flag on the play.
You know, in high school, Major Harris was a superb basketball player. I can just hear Coach Catlett now watching saying, I wonder if I could get him to come out and be my point guard for a while.
You know, I shook his hand yesterday, and wasn't sure I was going to get it back. He just kind of swallowed it up. He's got lots of ability. It was his first completion of the game right there, but again, a great athlete. And in this kind of offense, that's what you want. You can run the option and get the ball downfield.
Now the holding penalty brings the ball back to the 25. It's going to be 1st and 20. Harris to put it up again. Good protection, and he's hammered down at the 35. He held on a little too long that time. And Ron Williams led the charge. Number 49.
Right at the bottom of the screen, 49 right there is Ron Williams. That's Ricky Shaw, actually 97, who's on the one corner. On the other side is Ron Williams, but both outside linebackers came on the blitz, fought off a couple of blocks, forced Harris to stay in the pocket, and then he made the sack.
2nd and 28 after the 8-yard loss. A penalty and a big play by the OSU defense. Harris to the short side, working the option, and Drain tripped him up. Number 53. Got a hand on him.
He's been involved, Sim Drain, right there on every play this second half. And what he is doing, he's doing a much better job of reading the blocks of the center and guards and stepping up and filling the hole. He's their best inside player. Actually, Sim Drain the third. You don't hear too many middle linebackers with Roman numerals after their names.
Injured player down is Rick Phillips, the left tackle. He's the junior from Parkersburg, West Virginia.
Well, he's a pretty good player as well. He made the first team All-East team this year. They've also used him at both center and guard. Very versatile.
So in halftime from Hawaii, UCLA and Florida deadlocked at 10. And here at El Paso, with 8 minutes and 4 seconds to go in the third quarter, West Virginia leading Oklahoma State by a score of 24-21. The wind has been all important in this game, especially as far as Oklahoma State is concerned. With the wind at their back as it is now, they have scored 3 times in 3 possessions. This is 3rd and 22 from Major Harris and West Virginia. Steps up on the pressure. Down at the 20, he is short of the first down. Deckard, 47, the free safety.
That was a good play, though. They really, I don't think they were thinking about picking up 22 yards. What they wanted to make sure is they didn't take a loss. It was a quarterback draw all the way, and Harris actually was limping there a little bit now. Would put his kicker in field goal position.
Now, Harris might have been shaken up a couple of plays ago when Drain got on him. Bauman to attempt a 38-yarder against the wind. Bauman's got it. Charlie Bauman's second field goal. It's 27-21, West Virginia. Some hardy folks hanging in under some tough weather conditions today. And they have seen an excellent football game, all things considered. West Virginia leading Oklahoma State 27-21. There's Sanders. We keep waiting for him to turn it loose. He's got it at the 8. Spins out to the 35, and the ball was loose on the carpet. Fumble, and West Virginia signals they've got it, and Oklahoma State disagrees.
That makes sense.
And they keep it.
Here is Barry Sanders. What makes him such a good return man is that he's fearless. He'll just bring the ball right up the middle and not waste any time. You saw the ball come loose there. One of the Oklahoma players made the recovery. But that's what it takes. You need a guy that's not going to waste any time. He's just going to get upfield.
What a pleasure not to have an instant replay review. Guys not on the field will run the game. That's the way it should be. 1st and 10 now. Here's Thomas.
Number 7 for Blanchard. Terry White, number 2.
Big last drive rushing the ball, but 6:49 left in the third quarter. Last opportunity, obviously, for Oklahoma State to have the wind at its back. You would think this is the kind of time they want to get the ball downfield, get some plays on the board, score on the board before they get the wind, go against the wind.
6.5 minutes for Gundy, and he'll roll, and couldn't find a man. He's a good runner. Forced out of bounds there on the far side by Rodney Wilson. Well, again, we've got a couple of excellent days coming your way as far as the NFL is concerned. Minnesota, if they win this game, they wrap up the 5th and final playoff spot in the NFC. If Washington wins, then, of course, the Cardinals can be the wild card by beating Dallas Sunday. 3. Thomas tripped over his own man who was down. So for the first time, Oklahoma State apparently is not going to score when the wind is at their back. I say apparently because they have faked several punts this season.
The reason that wasn't successful, there was terrific penetration up front. I believe it was Chris Parker who made the stunt and really stopped Thomas in the backfield.
Now the up back, Thurman Thomas, is always dangerous, but this is tricky field position, even when you got the wind at your back. I'm going to go ahead and follow through with the punt. Cooper. And Bell lets the ball roll dead, and it'll be down. What a beautiful punt. Down at the 1-yard line. Major Harris in West Virginia face 99 yards after Cooper buries them with a 56-yard punt. Back in after he limped off a bit. Received minor treatment. They'll run Brown behind the left side, and he gets close to the 5-yard line. Still 5:28 to go here in the third.
We talked about the inside blitz. Watch the top right part of the screen. The inside linebackers are going to come in and try to make a play. That's Drain 53. Didn't quite get the hit on Brown, but that's what they were trying to do, force the safety.
Major Harris kept it, but he didn't fool Weller.
This is the very important down for West Virginia. Backed up inside the 10-yard line. It's third about 5. Going against the wind. If they don't get a first down, they're in trouble. Good corner blitz here. We talked about them gambling. The corner up top of the screen, number 28 is Weller. Puts the stop on Harris. Good call.
Now it's the 3rd and 5 play. And Harris rolling under pressure in the end zone, steps away from it. Major Harris out to the 11. Going to be very close for the first down. The spot will be important here.
What an athletic play by Harris, though. I thought he was going to get sacked for a safety.
Well, Coach Don Nehlen said that when Harris came to his camps as a high school football player out of Pittsburgh, they would play touch football games in the late afternoon, and he said nobody could touch him. So I figured then nobody could tackle him either.
That's a good trait when nobody can touch you when you're a football player.
They're going to be short of the first down, even though he makes a great effort. West Virginia is going to have to punt. Carrion will be standing back in his own end zone as he is now. So they're going to get superb field position. Sanders looking for daylight, down just inside the 40-yard line. It was a 37-yard punt with an 8-yard return. There's 3:49 with the wind at their back, and Oklahoma State down by 6. And next Thursday, 2:30 Eastern time, the Mazda Gator Bowl coming your way. South Carolina against LSU, 2 of the finest quarterbacks in the country. Todd Ellis, Tommy Hudson, they duel. And then the following day, the Cotton Bowl out of Dallas, Texas. It's the Fighting Irish of Notre Dame with Tim Brown, the Heisman Trophy winner, against Texas A&M. Now it's Oklahoma State trying to regain the lead. There's that sprint draw with Thurman Thomas. He is ridden out of bounds by Barry Sanders. All right, let me check that. Barry Sanders was the ball carrier. Let me correct myself. Thurman Thomas is out for only the 2nd series of the game, and Sanders is in.
Give Pat Jones some credit. He really made the adjustments at halftime. He's come out in the second half defensively and taken some chances. They blitzed corners, they blitzed safeties, and really shut down the West Virginia running game, which gave them so much trouble in the first half. Adjustments at halftime win games in the second half.
Well, let's see how the bright hope for Oklahoma State does here, and that's a great play by David Grant, the nose man, 98.
Well, Grant has really played well today at the nose tackle. And what he does, even though he's a tall nose guard at 6'4", is get underneath the center. He gets real good leverage, gets underneath the shoulder pads, and pushes that center out of the way.
I wonder if they changed the name from Rutgers to the University of New Jersey, if they could keep all these New Jersey stars at home to see every Saturday across the country. Now Thurman Thomas returns. Here he is. Getting to the 21 for the first down.
He has got a great feel for where the markers are, where a first down is going to be, and where the touchdown is going to be, because he just really comes and just turns it on. Hunt, number 70, bottom of the screen, is going to make a real nice play. See the stun inside, fights off the block, and then puts the stop on Thomas. However, Thomas had picked up the first down.
Gundy goes for the touchdown. Broken up at the goal line, and interference is the call.
And it was the matchup, the tall Hartley Dyke, 6'4", against Preston Waters, 5'8". The ball was underthrown, Brent, because of incredible pressure on Gundy. See the blitz inside. That caused the ball to be underthrown. And the defender was right in Dyke's face and bumped into him. Clearly, the call, Bo Orlando, I think, was 22, the strong safety who interfered with him.
Like the NFL, it's a yardage penalty, and the ball is put down at the 11-yard line. In the NFL, that would have been first and goal down at the 1, but that's not the college ruling. Here it'll be first and 10 for Oklahoma State at the 11. And Gundy, with a quick pop to Dykes, threw behind him. He had to turn around, and he couldn't handle it.
That was an audible by Gundy. He looked up, and the other receiver, Ronnie Williams, had double coverage. He saw that Dykes had single onto the short side of the field, tried to throw him a quick hitch pass, but it was poorly thrown.
Eric Lester, the linebacker, with a few words for Dykes when he walked away. The defensive call. Still 2.5 minutes left here in the third quarter. Thomas. Great cutback move, wasn't it? Getting close to the 5-yard line against Neyland's defense.
Get a good look at Thurman Thomas and the cutback here. The I formation was made for people like Thurman Thomas, because you put him back there and he can cut anywhere on the field. Over the center, he can go wide right or left. He's done all of it today.
34, that's a number we'll be seeing with the Chicago Bears for the last time tomorrow when they take on the Los Angeles Raiders, the doubleheader game. Great Walter Payton. Gundy, touchdown. Hit Dillard, the tight end, for the score. Blanchard will attempt the extra point that could give the Cowboys the lead again. It's 28-27. Oklahoma State over West Virginia.
What nice touch here by Gundy on this touchdown to Dillard, because he's throwing it in front of a bunch of traffic. There's a double coverage on the outside, guys. There's lots of linemen there, lots of arms up, and he gets the ball into the tight end. And Bo Orlando had allowed him inside, which a strong safety can't do there by the goal line. Here he is, and he's going to run inside there. You see the coverage out here, the fake on the little play inside, and then Dillard runs around the strong safety, cuts inside of him, and that's a well-thrown ball by Gundy in between the two defenders. Good touch.
Boy, Oklahoma State's going to miss the win. They've had it at their back. Spirit's team has come through in fine fashion. 5 possessions with the wind and 4 scores. And Santa Claus enjoying a little Texas snow.
Number 33.
1:43 left. And the question in this game becomes, can Oklahoma State's defense stop West Virginia when they have the wind at their back in the final quarter? Bell chases after it into the end zone, and he elects to come out. Hammered at the 13. Great coverage by Milton Cockrell out of Dallas. What a great special teams player he is. 5'9", 180. Number 8 has been downfield, covered a couple of kickoffs for Oklahoma State extremely well. I'm watching a lot of those Bates reruns while he was growing up down there.
The 3rd tackle he's made on a kickoff. And boy, that can really set the tone for your defense when your special team stops the return team inside the 15-yard line.
Major Harris, the throw on first down, incomplete. Harvey Smith, the intended receiver. Ball was thrown low.
That's a surprise call. I thought what West Virginia would try to do is run the timeout in this 3rd quarter so that if they had to punt, at least they'd be punting with the wind. So that's a strange call because the clock does not run down.
Still 1:35 showing here in the 3rd, and a 2nd and 10 for Harris in West Virginia. Brandon Colbert along with Sim Brain bringing him down. This will leave a 3rd and long, and with the snow starting to fall again, we get word of a 10-degree wind chill factor right now in El Paso, Texas.
And this is the most important 3rd down of the game thus far. Very important for West Virginia to convert here so they don't have to punt into the wind.
Got 7 yards to go. To throw it, he runs out of trouble again up the middle, and he is short of the 1st down. Marcus Jones, the defensive tackle, running him down.
Good pressure from the outside really forces Major Harris to step inside. And that's the difference. When you have a scrambling quarterback, you want him working his way inside, not outside. And after the short gain, they make the stop on him.
Now West Virginia must punt into the wind, so that 1st down decision, Pat, as you predicted, a costly one on the part of West Virginia when they threw. Lance Carrion, the punter. And they fake it for the 1st down. They go with Craig Taylor, the fullback. Would you believe a team faking a punt with that kind of field position?
A terrific call, really. Again, you have nothing to lose in a bowl game like this. You've had a 6-5 season. You're going to punt into the wind anyway. I love the call. Taylor is the up back. He gets the ball on the right side. The right side blocks down, and Taylor, who's the starting fullback, knows what to do with the ball and picks up the 1st down. That's a terrific call by Nealon.
That's terrific if it works.
Well, it did.
Okay. That's the end of the 3rd quarter. Don Nealon might want to go with you to Columbus, Ohio if it fails. We'll be back after this message and a word from your local stations.
We're not a company, but we recognize potential. We develop it. We use it. We'll make sure that as your responsibility grows, so will you. As your ability for leadership grows, so will you. Working with us, you'll gain self-confidence, become a person with a future. We're not a company. We're your country. We're the Marines, the Army, the Navy, the Air Force. We're the armed forces. It's a great place to start.
Introducing the book Real Life, Real Answers.
Turnovers as we start the final 15 minutes. And after the fake punt, the Oklahoma State defense swarms all over the ball carrier, Anthony Brown.
Well, that fake punt may very well be the turning point of the game, as we've mentioned. Instead of punting into the wind, they have to pick up the first down, and now they have the wind to their backs. Although West Virginia really has not thrown the ball with any great success either way.
9 yards to go for the first down. They come back with the draw play. And here is Brown picking his way to the 46-yard line and into the arms of Drain, who has been all over the field as an inside linebacker for Pat Jones here this afternoon.
What a difference it's made. The second half, Drain has been sensational, stepping up and filling every hole inside and really taking away the inside run.
Now it's 3rd and 4. With that quick pop pass for the first down. It goes to Keith Wynn, the tight end from Dayton, Ohio. Some hardy folks down here.
I know my kids are going to be disappointed if I don't bring some of this home.
Yeah, in Southern California, they don't get too many white Christmases.
Well, we had some snow in L.A. last week, though.
Is that right?
Yeah, we did. Snowed in Malibu, believe it or not.
Here's Brown again, and now the draw play being successful for West Virginia.
If you get leadership out of your offensive line in close ball games, you'll win games in the fourth quarter. We've talked about West Virginia's offensive line and how well they've played all day. It's this part of the game when the fourth quarter and the game's on the line where they have to really control the line of scrimmage, take a long drive, and put the ball in the end zone.
2nd and 6. They run the fullback. Greg Taylor wrapped up by Kim Johnson, the noseman for Oklahoma State, who once was a center at SMU.
He was a starting center at SMU a year ago.
After that school lost its program because of its troubles, he transferred. He has played both center and nose guard. Here's the 3rd and 4 for Major Harris, and Brown will try to get it.
Number 28.
Forced out of bounds with the first down in hand. Wade Weller, the cornerback. So the chains are moved.
And that's a nice call, Brent. They run into the short side of the field. The defense had overshifted to the wide side of the field, defending the field, which is an old Woody Hayes and Ohio State tactic. But West Virginia came right back into the boundary.
First and 10.
Going to the fullback again. Taylor tackled by Mackey.
57, Shawn Mackey.
Good play by the nose tackle in there. Mackey, number 57, and Colbert, 91. 91 is Colbert. He fights off the block. And then Mackey, 57, slipped behind the nose tackle to make the play.
It's a 1-point Oklahoma State lead. And here's Brown cutting back, but no room there. And cut off by the Cowboy defense. So we got a big 3rd down coming up, and let's quickly go downstairs to John Dockbury.
You know, Brent, we talked about it all day long, how teams are dealing with the weather. This is one of the more popular spots on the field. As you see the small heater, neither team made any major provisions for the cold and the snow. Of course, all week long, there was sunshine and warm weather here in El Paso. Now back to you, Brent.
All right, John, it is 3rd and 8, ball at the 33-yard line. Harris to the short side, keeps it, spurts ahead, but he is short of the first down. And West Virginia, with the wind at their back, can be expected to attempt a field goal here with Charlie Bauman. They trail it by 1 point at the 11-minute mark.
Good stuff there by number 28, Weller, and finish. Watch him. He's a defensive back who steps up in the hole, sees the 215-pound quarterback coming right at him, but he puts a stop on him. And I believe West Virginia is actually going to go for it because of the weather conditions.
They're going to go here on 4th and a yard and a half. Out of the wishbone, power straight ahead. Middle of that Cowboy defense was ready.
I have to tell you, I don't like that call. I don't like to see that kind of play or a quarterback sneak in short yardage. I believe you need a lead blocker in front of a ball carrier to pick up first down.
Let's see where they spot this, Pat. As Coach Jones knows, that's what's going to be important, where they put it down and bring those chains in. And Oklahoma State players indicating he didn't get it.
Sim Drain, who we've been talking about all day, made the play. Number 53, the middle linebacker. He put the stop. He read it all the way and got to Taylor as he was in the air. Watch 53 come up. Right there. Another good play by Drain. And Brent, like I said, I think you really need a lead blocker in those situations.
How about a field goal attempt?
Well, that could have been called as well. I think they were concerned about the field conditions and the weather.
It's a nasty, howling, swirling wind down there, all right. Could have been tough for Bauman. Here's Thurman Thomas, right in pursuit. And he's run out of bounds, but a good first down run by Thurman Thomas. And the snow picking up here again, as it did in the opening quarter.
Important here for the West Virginia defense to really bow their necks, force a punt, so that Oklahoma State can't use too much time, or that West Virginia gets bad field position.
2nd and 2. The ball is on the 33-yard line. Here's Thomas making his way for the first down.
And perhaps Thurman Thomas's last drive as a collegian. This is an important series for him, obviously. I think guys like him who have careers like he's had at Oklahoma State realize what's at stake here with a 1-point lead in the fourth quarter.
First and 10, line of scrimmage, the 38.
Jones with a word for his coordinator as he watches. The draw with Thomas. Boy, that first man doesn't bring him down very often. This is how he started the game, closing in on 5,000 yards. Taking a move on it today. He's gained 141, 28 carries. And working against that wind, you can expect him to be a workhorse, because back in the second quarter, Gundy took to the air and West Virginia picked off a pair, including one in which they returned it for a touchdown. Looking to cut back. Wrapped up by Ellis, who's in on that stop.
West Virginia's defense to stop Thurman Thomas on first down has to do something. They're going to have to take a chance, much like Oklahoma State's defense is. Maybe an inside blitz, or perhaps a slant inside by Hunt and Parker to make a negative play for Thomas.
This will be 3rd and short now for the Cowboys. Both teams with their 3 timeouts remaining here in the second half. Oklahoma State leading it 28-27. Cutting back for the first down. They'll move the chains. Ball is at midfield.
Left side of the offensive line there for Oklahoma State. Wolf and Stanley on the left side really did a nice job of wedging the defense out and giving Thomas just a sliver to pick up the first down.
Clock now restarts after the chains are moved. And Barry Sanders, number 21, checks in from the Oklahoma State sideline. He's the tailback, set behind Limbrick. On the draw, it's Sanders. And he is wrapped up.
Well, Oklahoma State really changed their game plan in the second half. This half, they've run the ball 19 times and only thrown it twice. The first half, they rushed it 19 times and threw it 15. A day like this, shouldn't Perry Como be here or something? It just seems like a Perry Como kind of day.
Or an Andy Williams.
Yeah.
Thomas on that draw play, and he squirts to the 41. This will be 3rd and short. Time ticking down on West Virginia toward the 8-minute mark here.
And the Oklahoma State offensive line has really done a nice job this drive, because coming into the game, the advantage on the defensive front really went to West Virginia.
Sanders stays in. Really about 2 yards to go in this sequence for the first. Here he comes. Battling for it, and they'll move the chains again.
Tough inside running by this Oklahoma State team. I'm a little bit surprised, because they play in a conference, Brent, that's really known for speed and option football, but Oklahoma State right here is just showing power football. Sanders carries the defender. He's only 180 pounds, but carried 2 guys for the first.
And Thurman Thomas, rested, checks back in. So they rotate the tailbacks on this all-important drive here, approaching the 7-10 mark. This is Thomas. Not getting much that time. Brad Hunt.
First time we've seen in this drive, West Virginia get some penetration. David Grant, the nose tackle, just kind of jumped around the center and got to Thomas before he could get started.
Ball is at the 38, 2nd and 10. Gundy keeps it, and this will be 3rd and long. And this is the play that West Virginia needs.
And if you're Mike Gundy, you think you can't take the sack, or you can't turn the ball over. Worst thing happens is just come up with a 2 or 3 yard gain and punt the football, play defense.
Williams, the wide receiver, brings the play in from Coach Jones' sideline. 3rd and 8, the ball on the 36. 6:10 to go, 4th quarter. Pressure, goes all the way back to midfield, throws it complete. There is a penalty flag down near midfield.
And it was roughing the passer against West Virginia. Mike Gundy has done this all year long, and that scramble around until one of his wide receivers come open. That time it was Green. And that's a terrific throw under duress when you're getting chased and the receiver's running away from you.
Roughing the passer on the defense. Tack on penalty. 1st down.
A costly one for West Virginia. It was a 16-yard gain.
And top of the screen, Green is going to come down, fake inside, and then go back outside for the play from Gundy. But it was really Gundy's foot speed and quickness that made the play. See the break inside there by Green? He sees the quarterback in trouble and gets himself open. It's a great play by receiver. That's the scramble drill they practice every day.
The ball is down at the 10-yard line, and Green being embraced there on the Oklahoma State sideline. The Cowboys making the big plays here in the 4th quarter, marching into that win. Thurman Thomas battling his way in to the 5-yard line. And that'll give him $5,000 for his fabulous career at Oklahoma State.
Well, you'd think what would have happened his junior year had he not had that injury. He had a great sophomore year and a terrific senior year as well.
32 carries today, also a new Sun Bowl record. He scored 3, and he's in again. Thurman Thomas.
He set that up beautifully, didn't he, Brent? He comes to the left side. He looks like he's going to break out and then just darts back inside again on the cutback, showing terrific footing. And once again, the strength as he breaks a couple of tackles to get in.
Now they'll go for the 1, which would give them an 8-point lead. They're going to force West Virginia to score and go for the 2 just to get a tie. 5:13 to go. It's 35-27. These two are going to battle right down to the end here in El Paso. Heisman 27, Oklahoma State.
And as good a run as it was by Thomas. Watch the block that his fullback Limbrick is going to put on Terry White, the free safety, as he comes up. The fullback just kicks him out, and that allowed Thomas just to kind of a little bit of time to be able to step inside and break through the tackle for a new Sun Bowl record, his 4th touchdown of the day.
4 touchdowns for Thurman Thomas. You know, the footing has been outstanding considering the snow. They keep it on the ground, but this will give West Virginia decent field position on the kickoff. Ball back out with 5 minutes to go, back out to the 42-yard line. Plenty of time for West Virginia. And we'll remind everybody that on Sunday, 12:30 Eastern Time, we'll come your way with the NFL Today. Irv Cross and Jimmy the Greek will be along. Then many of you will see New Orleans. They want to try to keep the pressure on the San Francisco 49ers. A win there will make San Francisco beat Los Angeles just to win the division title. So now West Virginia trailing by 8. They lead off with Brown. He bolts out to the 45-yard line. And the second half of that doubleheader. What about this game, the Bears and the Raiders? What'd you hear about Bo Jackson when you were leaving home?
The L.A. papers reported that Jackson would not play this week, the ankle injury keeping him out again. But nonetheless, I think it was a valuable addition to the team that Al Davis made when Bo Jackson came aboard.
He doesn't play what we wound up making $14,000 a carry.
Nice day.
Harris keeps it. Cuts back. You know, I made that statement about the footing being good, and as I say that, it appears to me like it's getting a little more treacherous down there. At 4:22, he was gingerly cutting back that time on that snow.
Well, West Virginia, as you mentioned, Brent, has plenty of time. 4:15. They have 3 timeouts remaining, but they need to get a little bit of help out of their passing game. Oklahoma State has done a nice job this half of really shutting down the inside run, so West Virginia needs to get a couple of completions.
On the wishbone on 3rd and 3, Harris, the quarterback, keeps it, puts his helmet down, and let's see where they spot this one. He's close to the mark. But at this point with 4th down, they obviously will go again, and they'll be a lot closer than they were the last time. Kenneth Cumbie, whose cousin plays in the NFL, making that stop for the Cowboys, incidentally.
And West Virginia just used one of those timeouts to talk about what they want to do on 4th down.
So that'll give us an opportunity to break away and move. This was the biggest play of this Sun Bowl so far. It was 3rd and 8 for Oklahoma State, and they were up by just a point. Gundy back to pass, and just as he releases the ball, he's slammed by Parker. They call roughing the passer, and they tack on. The ball goes to the 10. Oklahoma State scores, and now Major Harris trying to rally West Virginia. On 4th down, he gets inside the 35-yard line. Shades of the Syracuse game.
Same play, 2nd time in a row. They line up in the wishbone. Major Harris fakes to the fullback, and it's a quarterback keeper all the way. Picks up 2 strong blocks on the left-hand side of the formation for the 1st down.
2 big differences between the Syracuse game and this one. Coach Nealon has the ball for the last at bat in this one, and the 2-point conversion can't win it. It can just get him into a tie. Now up the middle, it's Brown on the 1st down play. So Major Harris against Jones and Oklahoma State with 90 rushing yards today and 22 carries.
And they still have a long way to go here, and I think they're going to have to come up with some sort of big play out of either an option or some sort of pass. And Oklahoma State earlier in this half had success with the inside blitz.
The ball is at the Oklahoma State 30-yard line. 2nd and 7. Here's Brown behind the left side of the line.
Number 28, Anthony Brown.
Short of the 25. Clock continuing to move.
And number 53, Tim Green.
He tried running into the short side again, but Wade Weller, the corner, number 28, really came up and stuffed the play for not much of a gain.
Gives you an idea of where we are. Here at the Sun Bowl with the snow starting to come down a little harder. Brown. He's short of the first down. They'll go on 4th down here with the clock moving down toward 2 minutes.
And number 40.
May have gotten that with a little extra effort there, Brent, right at the very end. They're going to bring in the chains, I think.
Yeah, they've stopped the clock and they will measure here.
It will be an interesting finish for West Virginia. They have not run a 2-point play this year, Brent. Oklahoma State is 2 for 6, believe it or not.
Just that much to go.
I think there's a reasonably good chance you'll see the same play they ran before, the fake to the fullback and then Major Harris keeping.
Well, it's 35-27, Oklahoma State. West Virginia needs a touchdown and the 2-point conversion to tie the game. 2:11 to go. The ball is on the 24-yard line, 4th and inches. Harris breaks free inside the 15-yard line.
One of the advantages of having a 215-pound quarterback with tremendous running ability. And the right tackle, Brian Smider, who's had a terrific game. Smider has really played well. Watch the block by the right tackle. Just really buries his guy, and that allowed Harris to pick up the first down.
Now it's the fullback. He's inside the 10-yard line. Greg Taylor finally brought down by Rod Smith, the strong safety.
And a terrific change of pace. What West Virginia's been doing has been running the option play and pitching the ball to the tailback. That time, it looks like the pitch. They fake the pitch and give it to the fullback Taylor, and the defensive players had overrun it.
Been a good game, hasn't it? And it's the fullback. West Virginia scores with Taylor bursting across, but now they need the 2-point conversion.
We should probably call a timeout to really talk about it. He has 2 timeouts remaining.
That's exactly what he'll do. Major Harris will come over to talk about it, Pat.
And Brett, it was the same play they ran before. Looked like the pitch they give to the fullback before. The inside linebackers had overrun it, and Taylor scoots in for the touchdown. Nice call.
Nealon's reaction, and we'll be back to see if West Virginia can tie this Sun Bowl in just a moment. Won't be easy.
Well, you see, Oklahoma State has stopped 3 of those, and this is West Virginia's first 2-point attempt of the season. They move the ball to the left hash.
Now Oklahoma State will call a timeout. With the ball at the left hash, Oklahoma State wanted to take a look at Nealon's formation. Having done that, Pat Jones says we'll use one. We'll be right back.
To those who with a...
The last minute and 13 seconds of this Sun Bowl. West Virginia having just scored against Pat Jones and Oklahoma State. Now against Coach Jones' defense, they will try for the 2-point conversion, which would leave them tied. They're at the left hash mark. Major Harris, the freshman quarterback, in charge. Harris cut off. He'll have to put it up. Throw short. Oklahoma State holds on.
Shawn Mackey.
A great defensive play by Shawn Mackey, a freshman from Marlow, Oklahoma.
Harris had a couple of receivers open. He had somebody in the right flat open quickly, and he had Bell in the back of the end zone, but it was too much pressure. Weller, number 28, was all over him. He finally got rid of the ball, which was a nice play, but then stopped short of the goal line by Mackey.
Keith Wynn could not battle his way in as Pat Jones watches from the Oklahoma State sideline. But there's still 1:13 left. West Virginia must kick it off now.